James Twin for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to come in and just touch a little bit on David Benavidez and his performance against Gvozdyk, or maybe some people would say lack thereof. You know, he won the fight. He did his thing. We know Gvozdyk's an experienced fighter, but he's not the Gvozdyk that fought back in 2019 against Beterbiev. He's not that guy anymore. He's been fighting mostly like, you know, not so much 12 rounders, but more like 6 and 8 rounders on his way back. But he got the cobwebs off. So if he was as fresh and he was as sharp as he could possibly be at this age. So, you know, it was a fight where I got mixed feelings about it, because when you look at those first 6 rounds for Benavidez, you know, we saw a Benavidez that made him a fan favorite at 168. We saw the hand speed, but you also saw Benavidez in the first 6 rounds with some really good defense, really good sense of positioning. He was fighting very creatively from an offensive standpoint, as he would sometimes start off in the orthodox stance and then throw a left hook as he shifted into the southpaw stance. So he was doing some shifting as well. I thought he looked very, very good in the first 6 rounds, but as the old saying goes, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. And I thought his finish was, it left some things to be desired, and I felt like Gvozdyk took some rounds off of him in the second half of the fight. I think Benavidez, it's clear to see, and maybe this will change as he settles into the weight class if he decides to stay at 175. But it's clear to see just off the first fight that Benavidez's power has not quite carried up. He's not fighting, you know, smaller guys moving up to 68. He's now fighting guys that are full-fledged, you know, cruiserweights that also have to cut down from 200 plus pounds down to 75. So it's a different ball game when you're fighting fighters with that frame, as opposed to the guys like Kyron Davis and the guys he was fighting down at 68. You know, so we'll see how it goes. Personally, I'll just be honest with you. I'm not saying he can improve. I like Benavidez. I think he can improve. I think, you know, he didn't fight a horrible fight. It's just that I think physically speaking, he's got some work to do. And I just think that if you're talking about Benavidez potentially fighting like Artur Beterbiev, right, which to me I think is like the hardest fight out there for him, assuming that Beterbiev can beat Bivol, that version of Benavidez that fought Gvozdyk is not beating Artur Beterbiev. No way, no how. Cause like you look at the round 7 to 12. I felt like Benavidez really and truthfully started slugging. He started throwing a lot of wild, reckless punches, and Gvozdyk was able to split the guard a lot with straight punches down the middle. Only thing of Gvozdyk is Gvozdyk doesn't have that same sort of artillery or firepower that a guy like Beterbiev has. Nor does he have the physical strength that Beterbiev has. Nor, you know what, I don't even go as far as say, like, he's got great boxing skills, you know, Ukrainian Olympian and all that, but, you know, I don't even think his boxing skills are on the same level of a guy like Beterbiev or even like a Bivol. So we saw Benavidez fade, which was very un-Benavidez-like, but this is what I feel is going to be the adjustment period for him, the learning curve. He's going to have to learn how to win as a light heavyweight against bigger guys, you know, and we'll see. Like, and I think this is where, if he stays at 175, there could be a problem, because you gotta understand, Benavidez has built his reputation now off of being the Mexican monster, so to speak. And if he can't be the Mexican monster, does he have enough? And I'm gonna say it like, can he keep his ego in check enough? Does he have enough humility to try to win fights in a different way? Rather than just being the guy he was at 68, because the guy he was at 68 is not going to beat everybody at 175. I'm telling you that right now. You look at all the great fighters of yesteryear. Floyd Mayweather couldn't fight. He couldn't fight against Miguel Cotto the same way he was fighting against Diego Corrales. You know, he couldn't fight the same way at 147 that he was at 130 and 126. He had to adapt. His body started to break down. You know, Benavidez made light of a hand injury. So if he's got a severe hand injury, he's gonna learn how to adapt to that and you know, find new ways to win at 175. But all in all, like, I'm not saying it was a terrible performance. It was a solid performance. You know, it was against a fighter that's been lineal champion with a truckload of experience, who's a full-fledged, solid, top, you know, light heavyweight. who's seen better days. Like, let's not get it twisted. It wasn't the one that fought Stevenson or Beterbiev, but still a guy that knows his way around that ring. And you know, Benavidez, I just feel he faded down the stretch. And it wasn't even that it was more so than his gas tank. It wasn't so much the gas tank, it was his approach. I thought he was doing great first 6 rounds. I thought his punch selection was amazing the first 6 rounds. But then I think he was touching Gvozdyk so easily that once he actually started to, you know, have some success, he kind of abandoned what allowed him to have a successful first half of the fight. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna be too harsh on Benavidez. I think it was a good performance, but definitely he left some things to be desired. And I think you know, if he can get back down to 168 and get a nutritionist and make the weight healthily and comfortably, I think that would probably be the best move for him, because you know, at least until Beterbiev and probably like a Bivol and until those guys, you know, go sail into the sunset. When them 2 guys leave, then come back up. But until then, probably just best to go to 68 and try to get the Canelo fight. And plus, Canelo, you know how Canelo is. I mean, you know, and this for the Canelo fans. Like, you know how Canelo is. Canelo, he needs to see, like, we know when Canelo sees vulnerabilities in fighters, that's when he fights them. He doesn't fight them most of the time. He doesn't fight them when they're at their absolute best. He fights them when there's vulnerabilities, when he sees glaring vulnerabilities. There were enough vulnerabilities in that fight, and the fact that Benavidez is at 75 and we have to cut back down to 68, I think that gives Canelo Alvarez a bit more confidence, and he's probably licking his chops, and he's probably in his living room, you know, shadow boxing, excited at what he saw, and so that's where I'll leave it. You know, shout out to Gvozdyk. He was a sturdy, good veteran fighter, but still a far cry from being the guy that was a lineal heavyweight champion of the world. If that's gonna be it for him, you know, congrats on an amazing career. I don't know if that's gonna be it for him, but I don't think he has anything to hang his hat about. You know, he probably won 3 to 4 rounds, and he got all those rounds in the back half of the fight for the most part. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What did you make of Benavidez's performance? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Didnt. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.